Morning, everybody. I hope you can hear me. It is 9:30. Isn't this cosy? Welcome, those of you who weren't here yesterday, to the 9th Annual Congress of the Academy of Urbanism. I am Stephen B., I think, chairman of the Academy from the end of January this year. And I'd like to welcome you to the Congress, those of you who have only just arrived. We had a very action-packed day yesterday. And of course, welcome to Bristol. These are some of the highlights of yesterday. We saw Bristol from lots of different perspectives, and remarkably, the rain held off for most of the time, so that we could see Bristol in all its glory. And what a wonderful place it is. It is, of course, or was, of course, one of the European Cities of the Year, voted by academicians in 2009. And not only a European City of the Year, but it's also been a finalist in our Great Place Awards, our Great Street Awards, and Great Neighbourhood Awards as well over the years. This is the 9th Congress. In the past, you will see that we've had congresses throughout the UK, Ireland, and the original one over in Copenhagen. And we hope that in the future, we will pepper that map with a lot more destinations for our Congress. The awards, the Great Place Awards, now also in their 9th year, have peppered the map of Europe with all sorts of places that we have visited as finalists in our awards, and there's a close-up of the British ones, the Great Place, Street, Neighbourhood, and Town Awards that we've presented so far. Our academicians are scattered throughout the world. The concentration, of course, in Great Britain and Ireland, Europe, and increasingly, gradually but increasingly, across the whole globe. We have, over the last year or so, introduced our Regions and Nations Network to stimulate greater interest in the Academy, both within the regions of the UK and in other countries around the world. And that's giving you and other academicians the opportunity to generate new activities that are focused on local opportunities and engaging with other bodies and organisations locally, and we'll hear probably more about that as we go through the day, and in particular tomorrow. Again, over the last year, we have launched our Young Urbanists Network. We aim to have 50 within the first year. We've got nearly 100 now, and some of you are here today. Welcome to you. We're very pleased to be able to expand the scope of the Academy by drawing in people who are eager for the expertise and experience that the academicians have to offer. We are now looking at the possibility of other forms of membership, and this is something that we hope we will be able to get into discussing at some length tomorrow and reflect on the opportunities, because there are many programs that we've introduced over recent years which are proving increasingly popular. Our diagnostic visits that we introduced in 2011, we've done 6 of those now. A team was down in Cliftonville in Kent a couple of weeks ago on the latest one, and we've got 2 more scheduled for this year, hopefully in Northampton and Penzance, and quite possibly others as well. And an increasing number of academicians have been involved in those panels. We are increasingly getting involved in consultations and responding to government and other consultations. The FARRELL review, of course, is the most recent and perhaps the most important to us. We submitted, we made a submission on behalf of the Academy as well as our own individual ones. I was involved last week in a discussion with the FARRELL team and with CABE, and I'll be meeting them again next week to pursue the way in which the Academy can help add energy to that initiative. The latest edition of our journal, Here and Now, is in your delegate pack. It's It's an evolving format. We hope you find the three-section format interesting and stimulating, and I hope it'll encourage you to contribute your own thoughts and ideas to that in the future, and there'll be an opportunity to discuss that tomorrow. I'm whipping through this very quickly because I've only got 10 minutes. An event coming up that the Young Urbanists have initiated on the future of food in cities, looking at the production, the provision and the consumption of food and the way that affects urban life and urban culture. We're sharing the work that the New London Architecture are doing on tall buildings at the moment, and an initiative with them, and Peter Murray's here today, an initiative with them on the 4th of June will, I hope, stimulate wider activity across the UK and beyond to think about the way in which tall buildings contribute to the urban skyline. We're off to Marseille for a visit to our current European City of the Year in July. If you'd like to join us on that visit, then please give your name to Linda Gledstone at the Academy office. And of course, from this evening onwards, the next awards will be the finalists will be announced this evening, and that will lead to a series of assessment visits to which you're all welcome to sign up. And as a result of that, we will have our Learning from Europe, when we invite our finalists from the European City Awards to present their thoughts on the success of their cities. And of course, that leads to the glorious event at Grand Connaught Rooms the following day, our awards ceremony. So that's, in a nutshell, what's coming up for the Academy. Today, a packed day. I'm not going to go through this in detail now. It's in your pack. Please concentrate on where things are happening and when, because we've got a great deal to get through and we want to give everybody an opportunity to get to hear and speak. So that's the second session this morning. And then this afternoon, the workshops. If you haven't yet signed up for a workshop this afternoon, your last opportunity will be at coffee this morning. So please make sure you're signed up for those. And there are the others. And then this afternoon there will be refreshments, once again sponsored by Turley during the afternoon. And we will be back in here at 4 o'clock for feedback and discussion. And then just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we will have our keynote speaker, Jamie Lerner from Curitiba, who will be presenting his particular perspective and reflecting, I'm sure, on the success that he's had both as an architect and planner, as a politician, and now as the leader of his Jamie Lerner Institute. This evening, of course, we have, first of all, we have a reception at AARDMAN Animations, and we'll be hearing from Peter Lord later. And after that, the fantastic dinner this evening on the SS Great Britain, where we will be announcing the finalists in this year's awards. Tomorrow we'll be back here for the workshops, and I said that's an opportunity to reflect on the things that we've heard over the last 2 days and pick up the themes that we might convert into activities and programs for the Academy in future. Keep in touch with us by Twitter at the AoU, and the hashtag is the AoU Congress. And I would like to finish by thanking not just you for being here, but the sponsors who've supported this wonderful event and allowed us to do it on the scale and with the range of activities that we have. Bristol City Council for hosting much of what we've done and will be doing. AARDMAN Animations for the event this evening, the reception this evening. Crest Nicholson and the Osborne Group for the dinner this evening, and Turley's for the catering at the lunches and the breaks, which have been fantastic so far, and thanks to First Great Western as well. So that is a quick canter through the Academy now and in the future, both the immediate and the longer term. And I now want to kick off with session one. the city narrative of Bristol and the Green City. I think it's very important that we discuss the ways in which sustainable living becomes a natural part of the way that we live. It has tended to become something that we think of in addition to the way that we live, something that we have to concentrate on and do deliberately. It ought to be something that happens naturally. And in my opinion, urban living is the closest we will get to sustainable living. And the more that we can do, and we're going to hear from George and Sue and Wolf about the sorts of things that we can do to embed sustainable living within the natural life of us as individuals and us as urban communities. That's enough from me. I will pass over now to George Ferguson, of course now Mayor of this great city, but previously one of the founding directors of the Academy of Urbanism, a previous president of the RIBA. You have his full biography in your pack, so I will stop now and let you hear the person himself. George.